industrial environments, even the smallest oversight can carry a heavy price. Two workers in full PPE are conducting a routine check on the valve system at the base of a massive storage tank. Suddenly, a loud blast echoes through the plant. In less than 2 seconds, a white gas cloud erupts with immense pressure, completely engulfing the entire work area. The sheer force of the leak blinds the workers, forcing them to scramble through the thick vapor as red emergency alarms begin to flash. This is the clearest proof of why process safety must always be the top priority. A single faulty valve or a loose connection can turn a workplace into a danger zone in the blink of an eye. Security footage captured a near disaster during a routine unloading operation. As the forklift makes contact with the load, the entire truck begins to roll backward uncontrollably. The cause? A failure to set the parking brake or properly chock the wheels. This split-second oversight nearly resulted in a catastrophic accident. It serves as a stark reminder that skipping even the smallest safety step can have devastating consequences. Security footage captured a classic moving fail. Instead of disassembling this bulky wardrobe as recommended, these men tried to haul it in one piece to save time. But things went downhill fast. As soon as they started moving, the center of gravity shifted, and the entire structure collapsed into a heap of scrap wood in seconds. This split-second bad call turned a valuable piece of furniture into junk. It's a stark reminder: always take the time to disassemble large items, or you might end up with nothing but a mess to clean up. Security footage captured a horrifying industrial accident involving a high-speed roller. A worker standing too close to the machine was suddenly pulled into the rotating mechanism. Within seconds, the immense power of the roller dragged him deep into the machine's pinch point. Co-workers scrambled to hit the emergency stop, but the damage was done in an instant. This incident highlights the critical danger of unguarded moving parts. A single moment of distraction can be fatal. Always maintain a safe distance and strictly follow machine guarding protocols. Security footage captured a chilling incident involving unsecured hazardous cargo. This truck was transporting hundreds of gas cylinders without any proper tie-downs or safety restraints. As the vehicle moved, the unstable stacks began to topple like dominoes. One worker sitting in the back was instantly buried under the heavy cylinders as they cascaded down. This reckless lack of cargo securement turned a routine delivery into a life-threatening disaster in seconds. It's a stark reminder: when hauling volatile materials, cutting corners on safety is never an option. One bump in the road is all it takes for tragedy to strike. Security footage captured a critical safety breach in a warehouse environment. While a forklift was reversing and maneuvering in a tight space, a pedestrian walked directly into its path without maintaining situational awareness. In a split second, the forklift's rear swiveled and struck the worker, pinning their leg underneath. This incident is a stark reminder: pedestrians must never walk in active traffic lanes and should always keep a safe distance from operating machinery. Warehouse safety depends on vigilance. Don't let a momentary distraction lead to a life-altering injury. Security footage captured a chilling reminder of why safety protocols exist. While heading down an industrial staircase, this worker was glued to his phone, completely ignoring his surroundings. With one missed step due to distraction, he lost his footing and plummeted down to the concrete floor. The violent fall left him motionless and sent his co-workers into a state of shock. This incident proves that cell phones are a major hazard on the job site. A text can wait, your life cannot. Never take your eyes off your path, especially when navigating heights. Look closely at this, a costly lesson in workplace safety. At this site, a crane attempts to lift large, thin slabs from a truck using nothing but loose fabric slings. Within seconds of the lift, the center of gravity shifts, causing the load to lose balance. Predictably, the sling slips and the slab freefalls, slamming into the truck bed with massive force. Two workers standing right in the strike zone narrowly escape death thanks to split-second reflexes. This is exactly why you never stand under a suspended load and must always use specialized clamps instead of makeshift rigging. Safety first. Don't let a moment of negligence cost a life. Look closely at this scene, an extremely risky situation at the construction site. Two thin fabric slings are being forced to support a massive load with an excessively large surface area. Watch this. The moment the load is lifted off the ground, the center of gravity shifts completely. The panel begins to sway, and with no secure grip, the fabric slings start sliding off the edge. And then it happens. One sling slips free entirely. Hundreds of pounds of material drop in free fall, slamming into the truck bed with terrifying force. Look at the worker in black. He was only inches away from death. This is a hard, blood-paid lesson. Never stand on a truck bed during a lift, and always use proper lifting clamps instead of makeshift slings. 1 second of carelessness can cost a life. Don't let yourself be the next victim. This video captures a heart-stopping workplace accident at a woodworking facility, highlighting the critical importance of situational awareness and communication. At the start of the clip, 2 employees are focused on operating a cutting machine, completely unaware that a forklift is reversing toward them from behind. Within seconds, the forklift operator, due to poor visibility or a lack of coordination with co-workers, collides with a large stack of wooden boards. Dozens of planks come crashing down onto the male worker standing at the machine. He is buried between the heavy boards, triggering a chaotic scene as co-workers rush in to help. Fortunately, it appears the stack fell at an angle, allowing the worker to narrowly avoid the most dangerous direct impact. Even so, this incident serves as a costly lesson in safety protocols when operating heavy equipment in confined spaces. This security footage captures a horrifying accident in a warehouse operating area. In a confined space, 2 workers are standing in the middle of an access lane, talking, unaware that danger is approaching from behind. In an instant, a forklift carrying a high, front-blocking load drives straight toward them. One worker reacts too late and is struck directly, swallowed by the collapsing cargo. This split-second incident is a stark warning about maintaining safe distances and staying constantly aware when working around moving industrial equipment. The security camera footage shows the area at window No. 1 on the 30th of March 2021. A warehouse worker is preparing to move an electric pallet jack from the back of a truck onto a hydraulic lift table. From the start, a serious safety hazard is visible. The lift table is raised, but there are no guardrails around it, leaving a dangerous open edge behind the worker. At 07, he begins pulling the pallet jack backward. Focused on operating the equipment and failing to check behind him, he backs up too far. At 09, the pallet jack's wheels leave the platform, causing both the machine and the worker to plunge into the pit below. The sudden fall results in a violent impact with the concrete floor, leaving him immobilized in pain. Co-workers inside the warehouse immediately rush in to provide assistance. This incident clearly demonstrates how complacency and the lack of fall prevention measures can lead to a serious workplace accident in just a few seconds. The video highlights an extremely dangerous situation in which a forklift is attempting to lower long material panels from the back of a truck. The most notable and deadly mistake is that a man is standing directly behind the forklift, trying to stabilize it. However, because the load at the front is too heavy and exceeds the forklift's load center, the machine completely loses control. Within seconds, the forks tip forward, sending the entire load scattering to the ground. Even more terrifying, the sudden force launches the man behind the forklift into the air before he slams violently onto the ground. This is the clearest proof of why forklifts must never be used in this way. One action driven by a lack of safety knowledge can result in severe injury or death in an instant. The video opens inside an industrial manufacturing facility where large casting machines are in operation. At machine No. 300, a group of 5 to 6 workers are gathered around an open machine, focused on their tasks. The critical mistake becomes visible at 02, when one worker casually steps and positions himself directly beneath a heavy metal block suspended overhead by a sling system, without any secondary support or safety measures. Just 3 seconds later, disaster strikes as the cable or rigging slips, causing the steel block to swing violently and crush the unfortunate worker in front of his co-workers' stunned eyes. By 06, the entire area falls into a state of shock as surrounding workers rush in, attempting to lift the metal block to rescue their colleague. Despite their immediate response, the extreme weight of the load makes initial rescue efforts futile. This incident is a harsh and unmistakable lesson in basic safety principles. Never stand or work beneath a suspended load unless it has been properly secured and blocked.